All right, jumping right into it. Minecraft Snapshot 25W03A. I know you guys are all eager to hear about the changes.
Yeah,
And trust me, this one is packed.
it is.
Dropped January 15th.
Mhm.
And honestly, my head's still spinning a
Yeah.
little bit from all the new stuff, especially on the technical side.
Yeah.
If you're into modding, like me.
Yeah.
So we're going to unpack the highlights, really the stuff that's going to change how you play and create.
I think what's really exciting at this snapshot is how much it's focused on control.
Yeah.
Like giving players and modders more control over the systems of the game itself.
Yeah.
It's not just adding new features, it's changing the way that we can interact with Minecraft.
Okay, I'm all about more control.
Yeah.
So let's dive in.
All right.
First up, we've got the game test framework.
Big one.
Now, this is huge EE.
Yeah.
For anyone making content in Minecraft,
Okay.
whether it's mods, maps, or even just custom adventure experiences.
So this is a game changer. Imagine being able to build a complex redstone puzzle and then running a test in-game to make sure that it actually works as intended. Or think about adventure maps with intricate challenges. Now creators can test those challenges without having to play through the whole map manually each time.
So we're talking about way beyond just checking if your redstone torch is in the right spot.
Right.
We're talking about a whole new level of quality and complexity for Minecraft creations.
Exactly.
So how does it actually work?
Well, they've introduced a new test command that uses data packs. It's a bit technical, but essentially you can write code that simulates different scenarios and checks for specific outcomes.
Oh, okay.
So need to make sure a furnace recipe works? You can write a test that places the ingredients in the furnace and verifies that the correct output appears.
So it's like having a built-in debugging tool
Yes.
for your Minecraft creations.
Completely.
No more endless trial and error. That's going to save so much time and frustration. And they've even given us different ways to create these tests, right?
Yeah, exactly. You can build block-based tests using special blocks in the world, which is very intuitive, or you can go full code ninja with function tests. They even have these test environments, which are preset worlds, tailored for specific testing scenarios.
Oh, cool.
So if you need to test something at a specific time of day or in a particular biome, there's a test environment for that.
All right. My mind is already blown.
Yeah.
But let's move on to something a little less technical,
Right.
but still super cool. Saddles.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, who doesn't love saddling up a pig and going for a joyride, right? But apparently saddles have been completely revamped in the snapshot.
They have. And it's not just about pigs anymore. There's this new equipable component that determines which mobs can be saddled. So it's like opening up a door for modders to create all sorts of rideable creatures.
Okay, I'm picturing like riding a giant spider into battle, wielding an enchanted sword.
Yeah.
But what about the saddles themselves? What's changed there?
Get this. Saddles now use the same equipment system as armor, meaning you can enchant them.
Oh.
So want a speed boost for your trusty steed. An enchantment for that might be just around the corner.
Enchanted saddles. That's a game changer. I bet modders are already coming up with all sorts of crazy enchantments. But wait, there's more to this equipable component, right?
Welcome.
It's not just about saddles.
Yeah, it also plays into this cool new feature, the Equipone Interact tag. Modders can now create items that you can equip onto a mob just by right-clicking,
Oh, cool.
as long as, it's allowed by that equipable component.
Right.
So imagine giving your wolf a custom helmet or outfitting your horse with special barding that, changes its stats.
Okay, so we're talking about a whole new level of customization and functionality for mobs. And I'm guessing this ties into the changes they've made with entity variants, which is something else I've been dying to hear about.
You're spot on. So entity variants are all about customizing the appearance of mobs. And it goes way deeper than just changing the color of a sheep.
Okay.
We're talking about different patterns for tropical fish, distinct markings for wolves, and even variations within a single mob type.
So instead of just having a generic zombie, you could have a variant that's wearing tattered clothes, another that's covered in moss, and maybe even a variant with glowing eyes.
Exactly. And this level of detail goes beyond just looks. Imagine breeding 2 tropical fish and being able to predict the patterns and colors of the offspring based on these new components.
That's next level fish breeding. It's like having a Punnett square for your aquarium. And this even affects things like item tooltips, right?
Absolutely. When you hold a bucket of tropical fish or a painting, the tooltip will now reflect the specific variant you have. It's a small detail, but it adds a level of depth and clarity that's really impressive.
I love how this snapshot is all about giving us more information and control. It's like they're peeling back the layers of the game and saying, here's how it works, now go make something awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
And that philosophy extends to the changes that they made with predicates, which are essentially filters used in commands or loot tables to target very specific things. And they completely revamped the system, making it much easier for modders to create complex predicates based on entity variants and other attributes.
Okay, so for someone like me who loves to mess around with command blocks, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
Can you give me like an example of how this new predicate system might change things?
Sure. Imagine you want to create a command that only affects zombies with a specific type of armor and a certain eye color. In the past, this would have been incredibly complex and clunky to achieve, but with the new system, it's much more straightforward and intuitive.
So I could create a command that only targets zombies wearing iron helmets and sporting glowing red eyes.
Yes.
That's both cool and terrifying. And I'm guessing this ties into the new components field we keep hearing about.
It absolutely does. This components field is like the backbone of this entire update. It's a powerful new way to define and manipulate entities, and it's at the heart of everything from entity variants to predicates.
Okay, my brain is officially starting to hurt, but in a good way.
Yeah, it's a lot.
This is a lot to process, but it's also incredibly exciting to see how much depth and flexibility the snapshot adds to Minecraft.
Absolutely.
Well, there goes my weekend. I need to dive into the snapshot and start experimenting with all these amazing new features. But before we wrap up part 1, what's one thing you're personally most excited about in this update?
For me, it's the potential of the game test framework. I think we're going to see a whole new wave of incredibly creative and complex Minecraft creations, from adventure maps and mini games to elaborate redstone contraptions and custom game modes. It's a game changer for anyone who wants to build something truly unique and engaging in Minecraft.
I can't wait to see what people come up with. And that's a perfect note to end on for part 1. We've covered a lot of ground. From game tests and enchanted saddles to entity variants and revamped predicates, it's clear that this snapshot is packed with changes that will have a lasting impact on the game. But stay tuned for part 2, where we'll delve even deeper into some of the technical details and explore how these changes might shape the future of Minecraft.
Welcome back. We've been talking about all the ways this snapshot lets us customize mobs. But what really blew my mind was how they revamped the way entities interact with items.
Ooh, intrigue me. I'm all about the behind-the-scenes stuff that
Right.
makes the game tick.
Yeah. It's called the equipment slots system.
Okay.
Think of it like this. You have specific slots for armor, right?
Right.
Helmet, chest plate, and so on.
Yeah.
Now they've taken that concept and applied it to other entities.
So you're telling me that zombies could have designated slots for different types of armor beyond just the random stuff they sometimes spawn with?
It's even bigger than that. It's not just about armor.
Okay.
It opens up the possibility for entities to interact with items in a whole new way.
Okay, I'm officially hooked. Give me an example. How does this change things for, like, the average player?
Okay, well, remember how we talked about enchanted saddles?
Yeah.
Before a saddle was just a yes or no thing on a mob.
Right.
Now it's an actual equipment slot, just like your helmet slot.
So saddles are officially first-class citizens
Yes.
in the world of Minecraft items. What does that mean in practical terms?
Well, for starters, it means saddles are affected by the same rules as any other equipment. There's this new drop chances field, which lets you control the probability of an item dropping when a mob dies.
Right.
So now when you defeat that zombie riding a pig, there's a chance that fancy enchanted saddle will drop for you.
Ooh, that's going to make those pig-riding skeleton jockeys a lot more rewarding to fight. But I feel like there's more to this equipment slots thing. What else can it do?
The potential is mind-boggling. Imagine a mod that adds backpacks to the game.
Okay.
Now, instead of just being an item you hold, a backpack could be an equipment slot on a mob,
Okay.
giving them more inventory space.
So I could send my donkey caravan out
Yeah,
with saddlebags, A&D, backpacks fully loaded with all my mining loot.
exactly.
That's amazing. And the
Yeah.
system isn't just for new stuff, right? It
Oh.
affects things that are already in the game.
You bet. Take armor stands, for example.
Okay.
Before, they had separate fields for the items they were holding and the armor they were wearing.
Yeah.
It was a bit messy. Now, with this new system, all that's streamlined.
Okay.
There's a single equipment field that maps each item to a specific slot.
That makes a lot of sense. It's a much more elegant and organized way to handle things, and I can see how that would simplify things for modders who are creating, like, complex entities.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
this new system is deeply intertwined with those entity variants we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Imagine you're a modder creating a new type of creature,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a warrior ant with different colored armor based on its rank.
Warrior ants with armor.
Yes.
That's awesome. So how do entity variants and equipment slots work together?
Well, you can define the different armor colors as separate variants,
Okay.
but you also need a way for those ants to actually wear the armor, and that's where equipment slots come in.
I see.
You can create an ant armor slot, and then the variant data determines which armor each ant spawns with.
So it's like a built-in class system for my ant army?
Mm-hmm.
I could have tank ants, scout ants, maybe even ants with, like, special abilities
Exactly.
based on their armor.
I'm already getting ideas for my next modded world.
And it's not just about complex mobs. Remember how we talked about customizing wolves with different colored collars?
Oh, yeah.
That's possible because of this new system, too.
Really?
Yeah, they even added components for customizing foxes, parrots, tropical fish, and more. This is getting me really excited. I've always loved how Minecraft gives you the tools to personalize the game,
Right.
and this snapshot takes it to a whole new level.
It really does.
Okay, before we go too far down the rabbit hole of customization,
Right.
I want to loop back to something we mentioned earlier. Predicates.
Mm-hmm.
They might not be the most glamorous feature,
Right.
but I know they're super important for anyone who likes to play around with command blocks.
Yes.
Can you remind us what they are and why they matter?
So predicates are essentially filters for commands and loot tables.
Okay.
They let you target very specific scenarios.
Right.
Want to create a command that only affects zombies wearing golden helmets.
Mm-hmm.
You need a predicate for that.
So it's all about being super specific.
Yes.
It's the difference between a command that affects all zombies and a command that only affects the fashion-conscious zombies.
Yes, precisely.
Yeah.
And they've made huge improvements to the way predicates work in this snapshot.
Right.
Before, it was a bit clunky, especially if you wanted to create custom predicates for modded content.
Right.
Now, they've streamlined the whole system,
Okay.
making it much more user-friendly and powerful.
And this ties back into those components we keep talking about, right?
You got it.
Yeah.
Now, you can create predicates based on any of the new entity components,
Yeah.
including those used for entity variants.
Okay.
So want to create a predicate that only affects zombies wearing specific armor, AD, have a certain eye color, no problem.
Okay, that's some next-level command block wizardry right there.
Yeah.
I can already see people creating some incredibly intricate and specific scenarios
Mm-hmm.
with these new tools.
Yeah. And this is just scratching the surface. We're only just beginning to explore the potential of these new systems.
This is where my brain starts to melt a little.
I know, right?
It's almost too much to process,
It's a lot.
but in the best possible way.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be seeing the ripple effects of this snapshot for years to come.
And that's a perfect segue into part 3, where we'll step back and consider the broader implications of all these changes.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about what this means for the future of modding, the relationship between Mojang and the Minecraft community,
Right.
and ultimately what kind of game Minecraft might become,
Yeah.
thanks to these amazing new tools.
Okay, so we've spent the last 2 parts of this deep dive really getting down in the weeds of Snapshot 25W03A, game tests, entity variants, equipment slots. I mean, my head's still spinning with all the new possibilities. But now I want to step back and kind of look at the bigger picture.
Sure.
You know, what does all this mean for Minecraft as a whole?
It's easy to get lost in the technical details,
Right.
but you're right. There's a deeper significance to these changes.
Okay.
This snapshot isn't just about adding features.
Mm-hmm.
It's about changing the way Minecraft evolves.
Okay, now you've got me really curious.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Well, think about it. Tools like the game test framework.
And the streamlined predicate system, these aren't just conveniences for modders.
Okay.
They're signs that Mojang is actively empowering the community to shape the future of Minecraft.
So it's not just Mojang deciding what goes into the game anymore.
Right.
They're giving us, the players and modders,
Mm-hmm.
a much bigger role in the creative process.
Exactly. And by making the game more moddable and customizable, they're opening up a whole new world of possibilities.
Okay.
We're not just talking about adding new blocks or mobs.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about like fundamentally changing how the game works and how we experience it.
It's like they're saying, here's the toolbox, go build your own Minecraft. And that's That's a pretty incredible idea.
It is, and it's something that has always been at the heart of Minecraft's success, right?
Yeah.
The game's open-ended nature and its incredibly active modding community have been driving its evolution for years.
Right, so this snapshot feels like a natural evolution of that philosophy, but taken to like a whole new level. It's like
Yeah.
they're saying, we trust you to build amazing things.
Here are even better tools to do it.
I think we're already starting to see the impact.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at the incredible things people are creating with data packs and resource packs. I mean, the level of creativity and technical skill is mind-blowing.
I can only imagine what's going to happen now that they've given us these even more powerful tools. But this brings up an interesting question. What does all this mean for the future of Minecraft?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's hard to predict the future, but I think we're on the verge of something truly special.
Okay.
I think we're going to see an explosion of new and innovative content, the likes of which we've never seen before.
So more than just like crazy new mods,
Right.
what kind of content are we talking about?
Everything. New game modes, custom adventure maps that, feel like entirely different games, educational tools that use Minecraft to teach, like complex concepts, and of course, even more intricate and amazing redstone contraptions. And maybe we'll even see some of these incredible community-created features make their way into the official game, right? I mean, Mojang has a history of incorporating popular mods into updates.
Absolutely. And with the game test framework, they now have a way to like rigorously test and refine community-created content before integrating it into the main game. It's a win-win for everyone involved.
So the lines between like vanilla Minecraft and modded Minecraft are starting to blur. What does that mean for the future of modding itself? Will mods become less relevant if Mojang is incorporating more community creations?
That's a great question, and I think the answer is a resounding no.
Okay.
Mods will always be essential to the Minecraft experience. They allow players and creators to push the boundaries in ways that might not be feasible for Mojang to do in the base game.
Okay.
They're about exploration, experimentation, and taking risks.
So mods are about exploring the bleeding edge, while the base game provides a more like stable
Right.
and curated experience. And with these new tools, the two can work together even more seamlessly.
Exactly. It's like a beautiful ecosystem where both sides benefit from each other. Mojang gets to tap into the incredible creativity of the community,
Right.
and the community gets the tools and support they need to create truly amazing things.
It feels like a new era for Minecraft where the lines between players and creators are becoming increasingly blurred. It's a game that's constantly evolving and growing, and this snapshot feels like a massive leap forward.
I couldn't agree more. It's a testament to the power of community, the magic of open-ended gameplay, and the enduring legacy of Minecraft as a platform for limitless imagination.
And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive.
Okay.
We've covered a lot of ground, and I'm sure your brain is as full of ideas as mine is, so I'll leave you with this thought. What kind of Minecraft will we build together with these new tools? What kind of world will we create?
It's an exciting time to be a Minecrafter. Keep exploring, keep creating, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible in this amazing game.
Thanks for joining us on this